You know the feeling. That dreaded orange light pops up on your dash. Your heart kind of sinks, and you start thinking about huge repair bills. But what if I told you the fix was surprisingly simple, cost less than a pizza, and could take you just 15 minutes? Okay, let's get into it.
So if that check engine light is staring back at you right now, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But hey, that light isn't just a sign of doom. Think of it as the start of a breadcrumb trail. And usually it brings some friends along, other little clues your car is giving you.
Yeah, it's probably not just the light, is it? Maybe your car is kind of shaky at stoplights, or it hesitates when you step on the gas. Or maybe you feel like you're visiting the gas station way more than you used to. If any of this is ringing a bell, well, all those clues are pointing to one very likely suspect.
See, these aren't just random annoyances. They're symptoms. They're all connected. And right now, we're going to follow those clues and find out exactly what's going on.
And here it is. Meet the mass airflow sensor, or MAF sensor for short. This little guy is more often than not the secret villain behind all those frustrating engine problems. So, what even is this thing, and why does it cause so much trouble? Let's take a closer look at the really critical job it does for your engine.
The easiest way to think about it is this. The MAF sensor is a key part of your engine's lungs. It sits right in the airway, just after the air filter box. Its one and only job is to measure the precise amount, the actual mass, of air that the engine is breathing in at any given second.
And why does that matter so much? Well, because your car's computer, the engine control unit, or ECU, is waiting for that exact number. It takes the MAF sensor's air measurement and does a quick calculation to figure out the perfect amount of fuel to spray into the engine. Get that air-to-fuel mix wrong, and, well, you get a rough-running engine that wastes a ton of gas.
So how does it actually measure the air? This is the cool part. It's surprisingly simple physics. Inside the sensor, there's a tiny little wire that's heated up to a very specific, very hot temperature. As air rushes into your engine and past this wire, it cools it down. The sensor's electronics are constantly working to keep that wire at that exact temperature. So, the more air that flows by, the more electricity it needs to use to keep it hot. That amount of electricity is what gets converted into a signal for the car's computer. Pretty clever, right?
Okay, so you think it's the MAF sensor. How can you be sure? Let's run through a few super simple tests you can do yourself, no fancy tools required.
Now, if you have one of those inexpensive OBD2 code readers, and honestly, they're a great investment for any car owner, go ahead and plug it in. If you see any of these codes, P0101, 02, 03, or 04, that's a huge clue that your MAF sensor is having a bad day. Don't have a scanner? No worries. First, just use your eyes. Is the connector plugged in all the way? Do you see any obvious cracks in the plastic? Next, with the engine idling, try the tap test. Just give the sensor a couple of gentle taps with the handle of a screwdriver. If the engine sputters or stalls, boom, you've probably found the problem. And finally, there's the unplug test. While the engine's running, carefully unplug the sensor's electrical connector. Now listen, if the engine suddenly smooths out and actually runs better, that's your smoking gun. It means the computer has given up on the bad data from the sensor and is using a backup plan, which is better than the garbage information the faulty sensor was sending it.
So, you've confirmed it's the MAF sensor. Here's the great news. Most of the time, you don't even need to replace it. You just need to clean it. And this is the 15-minute fix that's going to save you a whole lot of money.
Your shopping list here is super short and cheap. But there is one thing that's absolutely crucial. You have to use a spray cleaner made specifically for MAF sensors. Do not, I repeat, do not use brake cleaner or carb cleaner. They're way too harsh and they will completely ruin the delicate electronics inside. This is the one thing you can't substitute.
The whole process is really straightforward. First, safety first, always disconnect the negative battery terminal. Then find the sensor, unplug it, and gently take out the two little screws holding it in place. Once it's out, give those tiny wires inside a really good dousing, like 10 to 15 sprays with the MAF cleaner. You'll see the gunk just melt away. Now here's the most important part of the process. Just let it air dry completely. Don't touch it, don't try to wipe it, don't blow on it, just set it aside for about 15 minutes, then you can put it all back together.
Okay, listen up, because I absolutely cannot stress this enough. When that sensor is out, do not, under any circumstances, touch the little sensing wires inside. They are incredibly fragile. Even the oil from your fingertip can muss them up, and a slight touch from a Q-tip or a rag will break them for sure. That turns a $10 cleaning job into a much more expensive replacement job. So just spray and let it dry.
So when do you clean versus when do you replace? It's pretty simple, really. You should always try cleaning it first.
It's cheap, it's easy, and it works a huge percentage of the time. But if cleaning doesn't fix the problem, or if you can see the plastic housing is cracked or one of those little wires is broken, then yeah, it's time to just get a new one.
All right, let's wrap this all up by talking about the best part, all the money you're about to save, and how you can keep this from happening again down the road. And here it is, the payoff. A can of that special cleaner is going to set you back maybe 10, 15 bucks. Taking your car to a shop for the same diagnosis and fix, you could easily be looking at a bill for $200, $300, even up to $600. I mean, even if you do have to replace the whole part yourself, you are still saving a massive chunk of change on labor costs.
Just let that sink in for a second. We're talking a minimum of $200 in savings. That's a nice dinner out, a new set of tools for your next project, or just, cash in your pocket. Not bad for 15 minutes of your time, right? That's a pretty fantastic hourly rate. And how do you stop this from becoming a regular thing? It all comes down to basic maintenance. Use a good quality engine air filter and actually change it when you're supposed to. If you're using one of those reusable oiled filters, just be really careful not to put too much oil on it because that oil can get sucked in and coat the sensor wire. And you know what? It's not a bad idea to just clean the MAF sensor preventatively, maybe every 30,000 miles or so.
So there you have it. You just stared down the check engine light, diagnosed the problem, fixed it yourself, and saved a bunch of money. It kind of makes you think, doesn't it? What other simple fix that maybe seemed a little intimidating before are you ready to tackle next?